Hey YouTube, my medieval torture device is ready now. Okay, so we've got our clamps on. Okay, I've just done it up just sufficient enough just to hold the container. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start to fill it now. Once we fill it, we'll put it in the oven and then we'll start pressing. Okay, I've just loaded in the plastic into the container. The same plastic we've been using all along are these test strips. Alright, so the other thing that I had noticed too, that I had thought about, was that each clamp would have a maximum rating that it could hold. Right, so these could still fail. Anyway, also another thing that we could possibly try, not tonight, is that once you do a melt, then you push it down. Then you do some more, then push that, then do some more, then push that. I mean, that's possible way to get all our air bubbles out, but anyway, so at the moment we're just going to try that. Melt these, then we'll push this down, then we'll melt some more. Right. Anyway, in the oven it goes. Also, another thing to think about too is that different types of plastic actually have a different viscosity rate. Alright, so this plastic here, which is what we're using, is a it's a softish plastic, right? And with the polystyrene, it's a bit harder to push it in the mold. So with these ones here, we might have to actually make a bigger container to actually when we push it, so it doesn't bust out the hose clamps and the like. But if it's thinner, lighter flowing plastic, for example, like the self-leveling like lids, like that we use in the heart, or even these white ones. So that this flows quite easy. So if we should be able to even press on this stuff here when it's melted without a lot of force. Whereas this one here, you need a bit of force to press on this. Yeah, just thought about that. Anyway, hopefully this works. Once we get one system, then that should work for all the others as well. Anyway, so okay, I've taken it out of the press and I'm just basically removing the clamps now. And then we'll basically have to go over the old man's to turn it on the lathe to see what it's like. But it didn't burst, which is pretty good. Alright, so what do we see? The clamps held in place. In between the clamps here, there's like a ridge here. That sort of expanded out, so it looks like the pressure did go outwards, which is good. this is a bit stuck at the moment. I'm not sure if I can get this off, but might have to wait till I get on the lathe to get a good grip. No, I can't get the push rod out at the moment. The only way I'm going to get that out is if I cut the tin. I mean, I can cut the tin. That's not an issue. Then again, I can always just go put on the lathe. I'll have to maybe put a hole in here, or some sort of hole I can just put the screwdriver in and lever it out like that. That'd be pretty good. Or I just put what I'll do is next time I'm there, I'll turn a little recess just inside here, and I can put the screwdriver in and give it a bit of a reef out. Because at the moment I've got nothing to grip onto. No. Unless we just cut the tin. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's out. Okay, putting the hose clamp on here, on the push rod. I've been able to pry the push rod out. Okay, and that leaves us with our plastic. It looks like that it has been pushed in. So we'll just have to take it over the old man's and give it a turn on the lathe. There, so maybe what I might do is I'll try another one. Maybe see if I can press it a bit harder than I press this one, and we'll just see the difference. It's out. Hey YouTube, this one is the fourth attempt. Oops. The one I did with the collars on it. I mean the clamps on it. Alright, this one worked. Okay, but the problem is we don't know if putting it in the press has actually removed the bubbles. Alright, so I had to think, and the only way we're going to find out whether it does remove the bubbles is, one, turn on the lathe and see if we strike any bubbles, or alternative thing we can do is we can use this. Okay, this is our clear polystyrene taken from CD case clear lids. Alright, now as you can see, there are lots of bubbles in here. Now my theory is, if we're going to squish it in the if we're going to put it in here and squish it, the air bubbles should escape. Alright, well now, so as you can see it doesn't fit in, so what I have to do is go on the bandsaw, cut it up into sections, then we put it in here, and that should be, we'll just have to see. Maybe I might need to do another couple of things to get it up to a certain height. Right now, that's the go. There. Okay, I've just gone on the bandsaw and I've just chopped it up into quarters. And all we need to do now is make sure that it's just clean, because it has been sitting around for a little while. Make sure it's not too dirty. Just put it in our tin. We just melt that. This should give us a good indication of how we're travelling. Just cleaning it by just giving a bit of a scrape. Alright, 2 blocks in there so far. We'll clean these ones and we'll start. Okay, we've just placed it in the oven with one of the wedge pieces sticking out. And this is my 3rd bit here. Sorry, this is my 4th bit here. This is the final bit. So we have 3 pieces in there at the moment. So we're just going to melt that. Then we'll put the 4th piece in. What we have here is the tin failed, even with our clamps in between. It blew out. Alright, so I'll have to think of another option. Yes. Does anyone know how much wall thickness I need? Don't know yet. We'll see. So